Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, B'chach HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles, to our elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you, brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. And yeah, man, this is funny, man. Edom is fed up. Edom is fed up, and of they don't want to take the so-called low anymore. They never have. But I really think they're at the point that they don't want to acknowledge their faults. Okay, so let's get to some precepts first off, because they're it's like I gotta make sure my stuff is all still running because they're cut off for me. Okay, all right. So within the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? We'll start off in let's see what I have here. Exodus chapter 34, verse 7. Okay, it says, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgressing and sin, and will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and and to the fourth generation. All right. He saw the things and the atrocities. This is not a verbal dispute. All right. You can't sit here and equate a verbal dispute or lesser, crimes and compare, compare our works with your works. Okay? As a nation, you've came over here and committed genocide against Taino Indians. That alone, Jake hasn't killed enough niggas to compare what you did to the Taino Indians. Israelite so-called American violence, and this is another thing I want to say. The violence that's going on is not a purely race issue. It's an American issue, right? But it is a race issue because it's the core of America's is the energy of America is Esau. All right. So when we get into the Surah, it tells you 10:2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of a man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Okay? Because there's a reason why, Israelites are contrary to the American way, because we came out of her. All right? The pollution of the world. And my point is that you can't sit here and say, oh, it's violence here, because no, you're inciting violence. All right? This place is all about this. The statistics, you know what I'm saying? Like Esau like to go into statistics. Okay, let's go into country statistics, because they like to use Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as scapegoats. Any violence that happened, all right, we ain't talking about no Charles Manson's, the kid that crossed the border with the AR. You know what I'm saying? There was another incident where two Edomites approached Jake under a track tent, and this is the thing, is that Esau uses his propaganda to make himself seem white, okay? Which he's not white. He's a red devil. But just like them two, that kid that was running track, and I don't know what the actual story is, but it was two Edomites and a Jake. And the Jake was under the tent. The Edomites came and told him pretty much was like, man, get your ass from under this tent, stepping on his phone, cornering him, try to jump him. And that man, defended himself and ended up stabbing the ass up. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because when you go into the law, especially gun laws, if somebody's a certain weight, you can use deadly force. If it's two people and they're trying to hurt you in a certain way, what is that? Just add them 2 pounds together. How about that? Two athletic Edomites trying to corner you in, and nah, man, you're not just about to beat up on me so I can report it and you let him off and something. No, man. All right. but the mark of Cain is being lifted. Y'all are dying slow. Okay. You're not reproducing. Okay. You're on fentanyl and all kind of drugs. All right. You're murderers. You get out here and just shoot people endlessly and omit your wrongdoings. But guess what? The Lord's going to judge you devils, man. All right. Because at the end of the day, uh, um, see here. In Sirach, again, it says 23:19, such as a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. Okay? So when you're trying to sit here and perpetuate, and that's why you're not fit to rule the world, man, because at the end of the day, evil and the lack of peace, there is no peace, right? And you know, you're not willing to fix it. You're just trying to say, oh, it wasn't me. I'm not doing all this. But like I said, if niggas, right? If niggas is so violent, let's go into some data real quick. Yeah, so just for argument's sake, it's a well-known fact that at the top of the list of people being in prison is in the United States. And Esau rebuttal will be like, oh, it's pretty much niggas, ooh, right? But if you go down the list and you try to see how many Israelite nations, because okay, if Israelites are inherently violent, then when you go down this list, then they should be violent in their own countries as well, because you're saying that it's a genetic trait. You know what I'm saying? No, this is propaganda, systematic oppression. Okay, and Esau knows this. Okay, he knows. He's been doing this since the American inception. Okay, he'll sit there. At one point, we was hypersexual. Okay, so you could chemically castrate us. But on another hand, we were bred, force bred. You force us to breed. Okay, if we're hypersexual, you won't have to force nobody to breed. You know what I'm saying? But uh, um, you'll demonize anything that we do. You publicize anything that we do. Okay, the most domestic, like killing, serial killers, the most demented, and then on top of that, the things that are omitted by Esau, the amount of people that's been taken and snatched up. That's like I always keep saying, like that kid that was in the gym and the Edomite, and his dad was like an FBI agent, and they're like, oh, we don't know what happened. They don't record that. And then you got other cases where Jake don't even do shit, Central Park 5, and you sit there and prison him. It's also factual that once they figure out about DNA, they used to pull Jake over, swab their mouth, let him go, and then when they find a case, they will plant that DNA on the case site. Okay? Like at the end of the day, man, this devil is wicked, and they're just trying to justify their violence against Jake, man. All right? They're really trying to say, look, man, I want to shoot these niggas up, man. I'm tired of them. All right? You could tell. You go on social media. I'll be on social media watching, like they got this, like, pages with fights on them and all. You go on there, oh, the monkeys are out of here. Oh, yeah. But when y'all fucking won the whatchamacallit, y'all just tore the city up. I forget which team won, or when two soccer teams get together and they start fighting for fucking nothing. Nobody bats an eye. All right. Oh, that's the culture of the country. It's all this goofy ass fork tongue semantics. Okay. But guess what? You're not doing anything. You can keep tweeting this, but it's propaganda to try to incite Esau to want to rise up. Trump getting y'all niggas too excited, man. All right. But at the end of the day, the Lord's will is going to manifest, and that's the end. Your Cain's mark is being lifted, man. Okay? They like to get on there and say all this. Really, niggas must not be going to jail enough. That's what it is, because at the end of the day, the Lord's going to come back and bring deliverance unto Israel, man. Okay, talking about we're violent. This country hasn't had peace. Let's look up how many years without war the U.S. have had. All right, let's look that up. All right, so looking it up, it says and this is just from 1776, because there was a lot of violence before that, man. A whole bunch of violence, man, that was done against Jake, man. War crimes, crimes against humanity, okay? During slavery, the Tainos, they're not counting that, all right? But, since the founding, establishment of 1776, birth of the new Illuminati, right? The United States has been at war for roughly about 225 out of 248 years, meaning it has had approximately 23 years of peace. But we're the violent ones. Out of 248 years, you stopped beefing with somebody for only 23? And I don't even think that number's that large, man. I think it's less than that, Since I was born, there's Desert Storm, 9/11, Russia, Cold War. I wasn't around at that time, but, so Salaka for bringing that up, but that just came to my mind as well. Afghanistan, ISIS, now it's a new terrorist. It's like, God damn, man. Russia, China, North Korea, you're just constantly beefing and spying and fucking with people. Right? But the thing is, through systematic oppression, you pump all this, violence into rap music, okay? And inciting violence to the youth. Okay? Drill music. Let me go look something up real quick again. Yeah, so Salaka, I have to go look it up real quick, man. But you don't know what I'm saying, Salaka, but I stopped the video. Let's stop the audio. But let's get back to it. You look up drill music, right? Drill music is the birth of switches, the birth of making fun of the dead, okay, celebrating the people that died, all right, and they use niggas like Lil Durk, amongst many other people, right, to pump this energy, okay? But when you go back to the core, who's funding these niggas? Who's putting money in these niggas' pockets? Just like the nigga said in the song, he put all the poles in Chirac. You're funding a serial killer, the niggas like King Von and Lil Durk, and knowing that they got beef and they're gonna do all this, and you have them rap that, right? And you go back to the owner, his name is what? Todd Moskowitz. Okay? Todd Moskowitz. What the hell do he know about drill music to say, oh, this is some dope stuff. We need to put this out in the street. Right? Because there was a point in time where conscious rap was a thing. The NWA came out, all right, but conscious rap still have its energy. Jake really listened to that. A lot of niggas that's full of high fructose bullshit listen to that drill music, man. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'll listen to it if I'm in a gym or something, but not in a way that I'm listening to be enlightened. I'm listening like, oh, that was some real ass shit. I'm listening to like, okay, yeah, get me going. We pump some iron. But it ain't, no, man. That stuff, that shit got a demon on it. Right? And then you got propaganda on top of that. Then you're feeding these monsters, the monsters of our people. Then you post them, on the news, the TV, and the internet. Okay. And I'm thinking about the scriptures, how Esau, pretty much, whispers in our ear and then go and tell the masses, like, look what he's doing. Okay? I can't think of it right now. You know what I'm saying? But, kind of pressed for time, so I don't got the ability to go into all that. But the whole point is that Esau sit here and does all this wickedness and pressing and creating ideas and then using Israelites as a scapegoat. Now you got people like this guy in this Twitter feed saying that, niggas are violent. Who got the most guns, right? Who out here creating guns, creating nukes, okay? Created capitalism, creating the CIA, lying and stealing, colonialism. You've changed the navigation flow of sharks in the ocean based off of how many Negroes, the tribe of Judah, that you've thrown overboard. Okay? There was a case where Esau didn't know where the hell he was going, ran out of resources, and to lighten a load, you just threw all Jake overboard and then tried to get an insurance claim for him. Okay? Gad had sat there and helped you when you came over here. The Native Americans came over and helped you. And because you wanted to feel like a cup was missing, you wanted to wage war against them. Or what about so-called Pocahontas and John Smith? And they try to make that a love story, but really you just kidnapped that woman and converted her to Christianity and extorted their father for resources. But you lied about it. The devil came not to lie, but to lie, steal, cheat, and murder, man. All right, but he's trying to flip it and put it on us so he could be justified for what he was already going to do anyway, which is try to murder us on the spot. And that's why they use niggas like Lil Durk, King Von, and all these other niggas to project to the world that this is who they are. All right, when a bulk of Jake ain't even on that type of time, man. All right, and then on the female side, you push hypersexualism. Okay? So when they get snatched up and gone missing, or they get beat and raped, then you'll just say, oh man, well them they hoes anyway, so she probably walked into that. That's the repercussions of what it caused. And this right here is just propaganda, man. But it's cool because you're going down. Esau, it's over. All right? Like I said, man, y'all sitting there fighting Roe versus Wade. Why? Because y'all not reproducing. Y'all want to sit here and help out the people out on drugs because your people is on fentanyl and morphine and oxycodones and all that, man. Drugged up and doped up. When I'm driving up and down in Nebraska, I'm seeing young Edomite women on the corner asking for money. Ha ha. Seeing Edomites my age and younger out here asking for money, flipped out on drugs. It ain't no longer niggas out here, man. Okay? The bulk of them is Edomites. You guys are losing, man. The economy's losing. Okay? The bulk of y'all are on food stamps, but they want to call us welfare babies. This is what they do. This is their fork tongue, bro. You know what I'm saying? But then they did it in the past too. Like I said, they'll chemically castrate any woman, and man that got on child support, or not child support, but, got on government assistance saying that you're not fit. But even in that time, it was more Edomites that were on food stamps, that were using food stamps. Okay? But this is the fork tongue nature of Esau, man. But again, it's cool because y'all dying off. You're dying off, and then while you're dying, it's just like being choked, and then somebody choke you right before you pass out. Somebody just get a 12 gauge and blow your face off. That's what's happening. You're circling the drain, but the Lord gonna come and just blow up the whole fucking sink, the toilet, the tub, the sewer system, to let you know ain't no more of this going on. The Lord's gonna wipe wickedness from off the face of the earth. So you can go and say, okay, we're violent, we're doing this, we're doing that, and you can go and kill the innocent, man. But the innocent blood is going to be on your hands. And he don't believe in the Most High. right? Well, he's trying to, some of them do, because they actually trying to fight against him. But Esau in itself, you know what I'm saying? The base people, they don't believe in him. The high level people, they know they worship demons and other, other gods and idols. Okay? Like your Elon Musk, a known Satanist, his mother, a known Satanist. Okay? These people, you know, I'm not saying him, I don't know, allegedly, because of how they set their system up. They sit here and kidnap kids, Pizzagate, you know, using those babies that are aborted, adrenochrome, raping little kids at Catholic Church. But here it is, we're hypersexual, but the Catholic Church keep on molesting little kids. And all y'all keep circling. Ain't nobody got no torches and pitchforks for none of that. But you give a nigga a switch, and now all, we gotta stop these niggas. Okay? Show them how to cook some crack. Oh, we gotta stop these niggas. You know? It used to be infuriating, but at the end of the day, you're going down. And this is why you're going down, because you will never stop lying. You will never stop killing. You will never stop cheating the world and everybody. And you're telling this story. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares about your lies no more, because you got life so fucking hard and you done cheated everybody. Nobody want to hear your new bullshit. It's over. It's over, E. You're done. You know what I'm saying? That mark is being lifted, sir. It's over with for your pussy. With that being said, I'm going to say call halal to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kodash, double honors to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Shalom.